Thank you so much, Ben, and I feel so honored to be in the midst of these glorious souls who are profoundly making a difference in this world and time. I would like to begin by beginning. I'd like to begin by beginning at the place where everything begins, our imagination. Imagine yourself walking in the blossoming, abundant field of life in a possible future world. Now, in this world, the children are happy and thriving. The elders are cared for and honored for their lifetime contributions. In this world, humanity behaves as a wise and caring partner with all of life, with cultures rooted in compassion and acting as responsible future ancestors. It is a world with cities, villages, and communities that biomimic the incredible intelligence as wisdom of nature. It is a thriving home for all, a world in which our societal systems and technologies honor and work with the life-giving capacities of our earth to regenerate the multiple dimensions of life we share. I'd like you to not simply imagine now, but experience how our societies have become fertile gardens of abundance that are overflowing with art, song, music, dance, and joy. It is a world with healthy air, drinkable rivers, oceans that teem with life. The cities and habitats mimic the living cosmic architecture of nature. Buildings and biodigital materials and objects are now designed to be biodegradable, restoring the biodiversity of our planet and serving as collaborative ecological niches for cohabitation with other species. The buildings and houses in which we live serve as living solar cells that harvest the abundant energy of our sun, and all of our societies are designed to operate as a continual life cycle in partnership with nature and without waste. This is a world where animals are no longer slaughtered for food production. Humanity grows and shares its food in regenerative and compassionate ways. Each person is living the exquisite genius of his or her personal and collective potential. Human beings have become the future humans of a whole new era in consciousness as cosmic architects of a thrivable world that works for all. Animals, insects, forests, rivers, oceans, soils, skies, and nature herself are celebrated and safe. It is a world formed through collaborative and inclusive agreements based on living constitutions and covenants that enact and steward the eternal bonds of our unity. Life's abundance is fairly distributed. This is a world that you, my dear friends, have helped to form now and as its future ancestor. You, as a cosmic architect and evolutionary catalyst, born from the future potentials that you are bringing to life. Take your time to enjoy and explore this possible world with all of its marvelous qualities, features, ways. I'm going to give you about a minute or so of clock time, equal subjectively to all the time you need to make this exploration beginning. The minute begins now. And when you are ready, when you feel ready, you may gently complete this process, being fully present here and now. And open your eyes and move your body. Allow the integration of this future world to happen naturally within your future becoming and through the actualization of your future human potentials. I've spent a lifetime studying potentials and know that a whole new order of potentials are arising. Many of you are aware of them and are sharing them. The words I've spoken come from Return of the Avatars, Book 2 of the Future Human Trilogy, written by Anneloes Smitsman and myself. But friends, this it takes conscious creativity in inner and outer worlds. Attention to the inner workings of our psyche can help make us creative. Creativity becomes central to our lives. They say that ideas are a dime a dozen. They're not. Ideas are diamonds, and they are stocked and stored in the great structure that we call our body, mind, spirit system. Beneath the surface of ordinary consciousness, all of us are filled with ideas and associations, linking with other ideas, the very stuff of evolution moving in us to emerge as innovation. Our deep mind is making associations all the time. It's just that we generally don't inhabit enough of ourselves to become aware of them. I mean, I've spent a lifetime asking, what is it about people who inhabit more of themselves? Why is it that they can take things from the outer world, put them together with things from the inner world, and create something new? I remember once talking to my old friend Buckminster Fuller and complaining about something, and he said to me, and I will imitate the way he sounded, he said, "Oh, Jean, don't waste your time on that. Create something new." Part of the secret of creativity is learning to look at things in different ways. Children are very good at this, as their minds have not yet hardened into set patterns. You may have heard of the little girl who'd been trying for days to insert a rope belt into her pajamas through the little things that pass through. And one hot day, she came in from playing and she went to the freezer to get an ice cube. Well, looking at the ice cube, it occurred to her that if she wet the rope and froze it into a horseshoe shape, she could slide it through the open band of her pajamas. Now, when most of us go through the fields and get burrs on our pants, we pull them off, being careful to hopefully not let them stick into our fingers. But one man looked at it a different way, at these prickly burrs adhering to his trousers, and not too long after, he invented Velcro. Johann Gutenberg watched grapes being pressed and thought, well, what if you pressed letters that way? That was the beginning of the printing press. Creativity has to do with really noticing the things that are without, letting them bloom in the great within, and being available to the possibility of novelty. When I have studied creative people, I find that they think in many frames of mind. They don't just ponder a problem, they sift it through images as well as words. They feel it playing upon their bodies as well as their minds. They marinate themselves in the problem, in the idea, until it seems that the thing that they are working on has almost acquired a personality of its own. In point of fact, they are co-creating with the great oneness. So a problem percolates in the back of your mind as you go about your daily life. Things you see in the world remind you of the problem. You jot them down as grist for the creative mill. Then one day, something emerges as a full-fledged possibility that demands to be tried, written, told, sung about, created. Much the same process can be applied to anything you wish to accomplish, including the changing of this world and time. Nothing is too difficult for the great mind of which we are a part. Begin by giving yourself an intention and coming alive. Who was it? It was Howard Thurman who said, don't ask what you want to do to change the world. Ask what makes you come alive and then go do it. The best things, the best people on earth at this time are people who have come alive. And as you do this kind of work, you will find yourself sponsored by your image, activated by it, to the point that you will have the passion and the purpose to do something about it. What's more, friends, life itself will have a passion for you. You will be a co-creator. But please remember that the greatest form of creativity is the recreation of yourself. Moreover, the creative work you do on yourself will heighten your capacity for creativity in all other things. Oh, friends, we are at the end of one era, and many of us feel called into the co-creation of a new era. Just as in the 15th century in Europe, after a century of pandemic that killed half the people in Europe, people were inspired to create a renaissance, a rebirth of self and culture and civilization. I deeply, deeply believe with so many of you, that is where we may well be now. On the eve of a renaissance, rinascita in Italian, renewal, regeneration, here and now. Dear friends, welcome to who you are, who we all are, people of the Renaissance. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, Jean. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inspiring our conscious creativity and ideas that are diamonds. And actually, there's somebody I want to bring up, and just to thank you on behalf of us, our collective. She doesn't know I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Dr. Marty, would you just say a few words to Jean and on behalf of all of us, please?
Oh, wow. It's not very often that I'm speechless. And I did not know that he was bringing me up. But I do have to just say that you speak not only to my heart and my mind, but you speak to my mission. It's been an honor and a pleasure over the years to hear your voice, to hear your words, to see that you don't just move by the prayers of a voice. You move by your feet in action, and you inspire us all to follow. And I don't follow a lot of people. I'm just being honest. And I'm not saying I'm anybody or anything. I'm just saying that I hear the voice of God and I know completely where he sends me. So I don't necessarily follow a lot, but I will follow you anywhere. You are amazing. And I asked Ben the last time he had you, Ben, the best birthday present you can give me is allowing me to meet Miss Jean Houston. And yesterday was my birthday. And I just want to say, he made good on this gift because I feel like it has been the best gift I could receive. Thank you from all of us. We love and appreciate you, and we will continue to follow you wherever you may go.
Oh, Dr. Marty, thank you so much. You know, I've been following your work for a long time. Yes. And about you, I can say the lines of the great poem, which are, the human heart can go to the lengths of God. And that's who you are, dear friend. You possess that human heart that goes to the lengths of God. Thank you so much. I'm deeply honored.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Marty. Blessings. Blessed moment. What a blessed, beautiful moment. Perfect. Beautiful. Gratitude to you, Jean. And all the best with Return of the Avatar, part of the Future Human Trilogy and the work, your conscious creativity that you are continuing to spin out into the world to inspire and elevate. Very, very grateful. Thank you for being with us.
Something else, you know, I am 84 years old. You are never too old to take up your mind, your heart, your consciousness, and do the great work of this time. Thank you.
God bless. Thank you, Jean.
God
Thank you
bless
for
you.
being with us.